Chapter 8, A Bone to Puck. Still smarting from the chill of Casey's dismissal at the potluck, you approach the stadium with determination to confront him. You can feel the ghost of his kiss from your dalliance in the pantry, but it's what happened right after. Kells interrupting, the edge to his words, your heart clenching at the cool detachment in his eyes. The way he hid you from view and left you there without so much as a glance in your direction. You shake the memory off as you reach for the stadium door, hoping the pit in your stomach is just nerves. It's fine, Casey and I just haven't had a chance to talk about what happened yet. And I'm on the clock today anyway. You're here to help Adish with the network's promotional photo shoot ahead of the playoffs, but as you walk onto the rink, you've met with chaos. Give up now, tough guy. These guns are made of steel. Never. Rowdy blades tumble about the set. Adish tries to corral them into frame, but they're chanting over Kells as she arm wrestles with Lebrowski. Whoa, is this a promotional shoot or a hockey fight? Thank God you're here. You would think they would want to get their picture taken. No, wait. Do not put Lebrowski in a headlock. At the edge of the room, you spot him. He watches it all unfold from the far corner, shaking his head with his signature scowl. You look chipper, Jameson. Wake up on the wrong side of bed today? His arms are crossed, his posture stiff and unwelcoming. He is very pointedly not meeting your gaze. That's my brand, isn't it? You sidle up to him, close enough for your thigh to brush him. He keeps his gaze forward, but his breath hitches low in his throat. I was just gonna say, you owe me an apology. For what? You pout, stretching your arms above your head and jutting out a hip. You drink your body in, and then you pounce. For leaving me cold and lonely in the coach's kitchen. I wasn't done with you yet. Casey pins you with a steely gaze, your pulse flutters, eagerly anticipating whatever he's about to say. Do you really think this is the best place to discuss this? You sway towards him, despite the warning. Not a single person in the room is paying attention to either of you. I thought that taste test in the coach's kitchen would have you coming back for leftovers. His lips twitch and heat flushes through your pores. You remember the intoxicating feel of his hands and mouth. I was satisfied, weren't you? Well, almost. Mouth waters at the thought of him leaning down, kissing you hard, his hands reaching around to cup your ass. Ava, please, I can't afford to get distracted today. Words hit you like a freight truck, the cold fear shooting up your spine. I'm a distraction? He closes his eyes, fighting some war inside his head, then rubs a hand over his chin. It's not that, Ava. It's... Casey, over here. We need to get started. Adish waves Casey over, oblivious to your conversation. Casey shoots you a sheepish but relieved look. Duty calls. We're here for work, after all. Your blood boils as Casey escapes, the fear turning to white-hot rage. Casey's clearly determined to avoid you. Casey thinks he can use Adish as a shield. He's in for a rude surprise. Just then, Kells pins Lebrowski's arm in the wrestling match and lets out a triumphant whoop. Gotcha, Lebrowski. It's not over yet. Lebrowski surges up in the sudden momentum, sends the two crashing into a nearby backdrop. No! We needed those for contrast! She flips the goalie over her shoulder. He lands with a thump. Cheers and jeers fill the room. Between Casey's rejection and your team shenanigans, you finally lose it. Oh boy. Hey assholes, am I working with a bunch of cavemen? You're supposed to be professionals. Do you wrestle each other at all your work engagements? Brent looks up from his mirror compact, holding a brow spoolie in one hand. What? Well, kind of. And Brent, stop grooming your eyebrows. We have makeup team for that. The team silently gets into position, properly. Cowed by your outburst, Adish pulls you aside. Direct the photo shoot, Ava. I have no hope of getting the results Matthew wants, but you do. They respect you. Sweat dripping down his forehead. He pushes the camera into your hands like an offering. You can do whatever you want. Total creative control over the team. Just get me those photos. That's what Casey, who eyes the camera in your hands with a naked apprehension and a twinge of respect. Total control over Casey sounds pretty good right now. Oh boy. You pat Adish on the cheek, but your hands are still pinned on Casey. You raise your voice so he can hear you loud and clear. I'll save your ass, Adish, this time. Thank you. Easy can avoid me only once. He still has to work with me. You strap the camera on, getting used to the weight of it in your hands, and you sweep your steely gaze across the team. Alright, Blades, we have some work to do. Now, do you want your Blades to take the championship this year? Yeah! Hell yeah. Your eyes land on Casey, and you meet your gaze without flinching. You don't blink, daring him to look away. And true to form, he doesn't back down. Heat coils through you as his intense gaze pins you in place. Yes. The players hustle into position, following your orders, except for Casey, who turns from the lens right as you line up your shot. The faster you look at me, guys, the faster we get this done. Casey, can you turn forward? He glances up and away, too quick for you to snap the photo. You can't hide from me, Jameson. Well, he's been an ass guy so far. You turn slowly, bending forward at the waist as you pretend to smooth a wrinkle from your pants. As he sucks in a breath and you feel his intense gaze on your ass. You toss a glance over your shoulder, not noting the way his tongue runs along his lower lip. He catches you watching and clears his throat, but he can't turn himself away. Like I finally have his attention. You take the shot, Casey's gaze like a beacon through the viewfinder, and you wish he'd never stop staring. The flash startles him out of his thoughts, but he's not scowling anymore. Satisfied, you glance over at the photo. Well, Casey, looks great. The rest of you look like mannequins. Playing favorites, are we? You try to give the players more direction, but in every shot the players look increasingly stiff and wooden. Can you guys maybe, I don't know, scooch a little closer, pretend you like each other? Lebrowski props an elbow on Kel's shoulder and an uncomfortable right angle. Is this good? Ow, you ogre-sized elbows digging into my carotid artery. Ugh, not like that. Okay, give me a second. You fret over the camera while Kells and Lebrowski whisper fight. Casey dips out of range of Kel's right hook and sidles up behind you to view the photos. Word of advice as someone who is terrible at following direction. You can feel the heat of his body warming your back, the steam of his breath curling around your ear. I guess. They're naturally used to movement. They think about it. They're always flying on the ice. You straighten your shoulders, trying to appear wholly unaffected by the gravelly timbre of his voice. You have a point, Captain. The best picture's always mid-game action shots, candids. So give them an opportunity to shine. Start with one, and the others will fall in line. Glance coyly over your shoulder at him, trying to read his expression. I assume you'd like me to start with you? No. My fee for my, captainly advice is to stay behind the camera for as long as possible. Deal. Let me get them moving. You survey the team before you, looking more at ease now that they aren't expecting the flash to go off. Who do you direct? Marshall? Brent. Kells. Marshall, not Brent. Lebrowski's drowning out there. How do we put him more at ease? Lebrowski's a puppy dog, certified golden retriever. Lebrowski describes a defensive stance to Kells with the same enthusiasm as a gushing child, his whole face lit from within. What you see is what you get. Ask him to dim the smile, it's not Lebrowski anymore. You're right. The fans don't want to see their good boy with his teeth bared. So, how can we make him smile? Easy. Casey cups a hand around his mouth, shouting over the team's idle chatter. Hey, Lebrowski, there's a new tequila dropping this Thursday. Bro, really? Grosky raises a fist in the air, grinning from ear to ear, his hair catching the light. You line up the shot and click. We thank the tequila gods. That's our shot. You beam at Casey, give his shoulder a playful little push. Nice assistant, Jameson. Maybe we should add you to the payroll. Before he can catch himself, he smiles back. No, you've got a way with the guys. Is that a genuine compliment? Don't let it get to your head, but you're making them all look good, even Brent. I have to. I know. He's the first line center forward now. He's a big deal. Casey, you just need to rebuild your trust. Coach and the fans might be frustrated now, but when they see how far you've come, still got a ways to go. Brent will be back on second line in no time. Mark my words. Casey meets your gaze, emotion swirling in his eyes. Truly seeing you for what seems like the first time all day. Ava, you are nailing it. These pictures, that essence. Eat your hearts out, management. You offer Casey a covert wink, and he almost smirks, but he catches himself pressing his lips together. We just need one last shot. Casey, we need you back in there. We'll try to make this quick. Could already be quicker. As Adesh fiddles with the lighting, you curl one finger towards Casey, beckoning him to follow you to the set. Your turn, Jameson. He saunters over the backdrop, raising his chin. Through the lens, you let your gaze linger on the line of his jaw, the curve of his mouth. How do you want me? As if he knows you're looking, his gaze burns back through you, glinting like an ember in the light. Let's bring out your protective nature. You'll do anything for your team. The protective spirit is at the core of your brand. You touch your hand against his upper arm, the heat of his skin sending tingles down your fingertips. His bicep tightens in response to your touch. Would you say that your protective streak extends beyond your teammates? You draw your hand back, positioning the camera and peering through the viewfinder. Casey's smoldering gaze pierces the lens and fixates on you, like the camera isn't even there. Your heartbeat flutters, a familiar eager heat coiling inside you. I don't let anything hurt my team on or off the ice. His attention is on you. Only you. Your breath catches at the intensity of his eyes. It's as if you're the one before the camera and his eyes are the lenses. I'm very protective of what's mine. The way he all but grunts the last word, your stomach clenches, your nerves hum with need. I want him to prove it. To grab me with those strong, sensuous hands. Imagine his fingertips teasing up your side under your shirt while his other hand slips down the front of your jeans. Get a room. The camera shutter clicks. Bright flash shatters the moment. You suck in a breath to steady your nerves and nod at Casey. You directed the Blades photo shoot. Perfect. I think we got what we need for the group shot. You lock eyes with Casey, the camera no longer between you, but it's like a switch flipped and Casey's magnetism vanishes. Without a word to you, he stalks off to the far side of the room. By the afternoon, the next portion of the shots moves on to the locker room. You try to catch Casey's eye as Adish guides the players down the player tunnel. What a day, huh? Yep, thank God it's almost over. The words sting, but you're determined to brush it off. You force a light air into your tone. I know this isn't your thing, but it's really going to help your image. If we want to get you back on top, we need to make sure management sees you as a team player. I'm aware of the stakes, Clark, but thanks for the added pressure. I didn't mean it like that. He wordlessly raises his eyebrows and pauses at the water fountain, letting the rest of the team move on. You can go on ahead. No, I'll wait. You look like you could use a break. I bet you're thirsty. Casey leans down to take a long, measured drink. You know he's using the time to gather his thoughts. Refreshing. You remember how often your eyes lock, the sensation of his skin on yours, the magnetic pull you feel whenever you're near him. I am not letting Casey Jameson slip through my fingers. Okay, look, I've had enough of your little games. I'm not playing any game with you. I'm trying to focus on the job. How long are you gonna keep this up? Use your words. His expression hardens at your tone. The usual playful spark in his eyes is nowhere to be seen. How's this for clarity? I need you out of my way so I can get the photo shoot over with and go back to the job I like. Well, my job would be a hell of a lot easier if you weren't sulking all over my set. I'm not here to make it easy for you. He stomps down the tunnel without another word, leaving you more off balance than before. You take a deep, centering breath before following him into the locker room. By the time you get there, Casey and Brent are already fighting. Of course they are. You're blocking off my light, bro. Move over. Respect your elders, bro. As you watch the two bicker and shove, Adish leans over to you. I guess they're rivals for a reason, but this shot would be candy for the fans if I could just get them to cooperate. Unless you want my fist in your jaw again, I suggest you take your ego down several notches. You wouldn't bruise me right before my big photo. Oh, but I would, Lowell. They can always fix your face in post. A devious idea begins to take root in the back of your mind. Casey hates sharing the spotlight with Brent. Wonder how he'd react if he had to share me. Hey, Ava. Tell this has-been there's a new center forward now. He's lucky he's even in the promo. Place your hands on your hips and hold Casey's stare, making him wade out your verdict. Casey opens his mouth to speak, but you hold up a hand, keeping your focus entirely on Brent. Well, we can all see you're positively shining in your new role. Excuse me? This is your first chance to really show the fans you deserve all the clout. In the corner of your eye, Casey's face goes stony, indignation rolling off of him in waves. You smile sweetly at Brent. It's time to get the people on the side of, what did you call it, Brent Nation? You've gotta be joking. Brent ignores Casey, flexes for you. You let your gaze linger on the bulge of his muscle, knowing Casey's watching your every move. Is that what you're looking for? Almost, but not quite. Tell me what makes Brent the best. You angle yourself between the two rivals, keeping your back to Casey as Brent grins. Well, we all know my technique is top tier and consistent, unlike some people. Watch it, Lowell. Casey's glares like a spotlight between your shoulder blades. You repress a smirk as you snap another shot of Brent. He's boiling. But the real game changers are my fans. Brent Nation is at the heart of at the core of my success. I bet. Hockey is such a physical sport. Your fans must be so impressed by the incredible stamina. You let one hand rest on your hip, deliberately luring Casey's attention to your eyes. I could show you some real heat if you think you can handle it. She's your boss, not your date. Treat her with some respect. Oh, stop. We're just having some fun, Casey. Blowhard Brent is just with the network order. Step back, sweeping your gaze over Brent and eventually Casey, whose hands are starting to curl into fists. I think you've gotten plenty of material by now, wouldn't you say? A thrill runs through you at the barely contained rage in his voice. You keep up the act with a shrug. I don't know. I think we need more. Brent should take some solo shots. After all, Brent's currently the star of the team. I'm looking forward to seeing you lead the Blades to the championship. Ooh, shit. Damn. Brent preens, and you snap into the shot. Casey's distaste is so palpable as he regards Brent. You can feel it through the screen. Which is exactly what I want. Casey looks ready to explode. You finally turn to him, giving him your undivided attention. You tap a finger against your chin thoughtfully, and Casey's eyes drift to your lips. Predictable. Now to make him remember why he shouldn't try to shut me out. Alright, Jameson, step right up. How do you want me to play this? You finally let yourself get close to him, sizing him up as you circle his imposing frame. He seems stiff. Try to loosen up. He fixes you with a look as he rolls his shoulders and shakes out his bunched fists. Or, I can always pose you myself. All the tension of the day has led to this moment. You thrum with anticipation, your fingers itching to touch his skin. That might be best. Shows him calm, cool, and collected, or like the hotshot he is. Nah. Cool, calm, and collected. This rivalry's all about Brent coming for your spot, but you're Casey Jameson. You can't be bothered. Ouch. Don't take it personally, Brent. It's all for the story this camera wants to tell. You draw a hand over Casey as you circle him, sizing him up. You're not threatened. You're solid, composed. You're showing the fans you're in it for the long haul. You slide your hands up his arms, positioning them for the perfect shot. Casey's breath catches as your skin melts into his. If you wanted me to play cool, you're not exactly helping. He arches his eyebrows. Your heartbeat thumps wildly against your ribs as you cross his arms over his chest. Trust me, Jameson, if you want it, you've got it. For a second, you aren't sure he will listen to you. But then he relaxes, shifting his weight back on his heels, a portrait of confidence. Only I know he's still burning up inside. As you're ready to the shot, you imagine his lips capturing yours, channeling the feral heat into your skin. Just hold it right there. You watch him through the lens as his body sways towards you, his eyes drinking you in, his lips half-parted, and pressing down on the trigger. Got it. Perfect shot. You used Brent to make Casey jealous. You step back, sweat cooling on the back of your neck as the spell breaks. I mean, a perfect shot of the two of you. We really captured that rivalry. The fans will eat it up. Alright, Blades, I think you've earned yourself a free lunch to the cafeteria. The team floods the concession stands for lunch, ready to be rewarded for their cooperation. As you join the line, Casey appears at your elbow. Can we talk? Whatever about? He's tense, wearing a mask of professional disinterest, but the fire's back in his eyes. You know what? You casually tap your chin, feigning thought. As you move down the line, Casey hounds your steps. I'm a reporter, Jameson, not a telepath. You'll have to be more specific. Fine, you're trying to bait me and it's not cute. You don't think so? I was only following your lead. My bad. I guess I assumed the cold shoulder act was a mutual thing. Is it only when you do it? A muscle ticks in his jaw as he catches your meaning. Quit holding up the line, Jameson. I called dibs on the macaroni salad. Casey catches your elbow, his hold firm and unflinching. Heat rolls off his body as he stares you down. Let's finish this alone. Fine. You leave your plates behind and steal Casey away into a nearby copier room. As soon as the door clicks shut, his reserved facade implodes. What the hell is going on? You came on to me at Coach's potluck, then you ghosted me. You left me alone in the kitchen without so much as saying a screw you. Hell's nearly caught us. What did you want me to do? Lay on you right in front of her? Well, no, but last I checked, you're the one who isn't allowed to date me. Words are like a punch to your gut, knocking the wind out of you. You search his eyes, finally seeing the glimmer of hurt he's been hiding from you. Casey, I didn't know you felt that way. I didn't think you wanted to be on my arm. You said you didn't want to get distracted. You have no idea what I want. He clenches his hands at his sides. A storm of emotion darkens his eyes. What else am I supposed to say in a room full of people who could get you fired? It's hard for me, Ava. Every time I look at you, it's like I'm on fire. I can't even do anything about it. He places his arms on either side of your head, leaning in close. His lips are just a breath away from yours. Do you know how close I was to shoving you up against the wall and kissing you back there? Witnesses be damned. Really? At first I was just impressed you handled the team so well. Then you had to go and use Brent as like a frickin' sock puppet. That should have been me under your spell. He stopped short, breathing hard at the memory before continuing. A minute longer and I don't know or think I would have been able to hold back. I wanted you so damn bad. Heat rolls through your stomach at his admission. His lips are so close, tempting you to close the distance. So you finally confess. I almost can't believe it. And you really are surprised he would lay it out all like this. Next time you confess, I'm gonna need you to do it on your knees. Not if I get you on your knees first. They stare at each other. Casey's need, his hunger blazes in his eyes. But there's certainly no one watching us in here. Lucky for us. You lean closer, inhaling a scent, the heat of his body driving you crazy with need. So, why don't you take back what's yours and kiss me? He doesn't hesitate. His hands grasp your waist, pushing you back until your spine hits the wall, and then his lips are on you. The kiss sears every nerve ending in your body. You lean your head back against the wall with a gasp. You moan into his mouth as he deepens the kiss. You're out of breath, but you don't need air, you need him. All of him. Is this what you wanted? Yes. You slide your fingers under his shirt, pulling the fabric out, hungry to feel more of him. See more. You want every inch of him for yourself. You want me at your mercy. You want me to prove how much you turn me on. Much I want to taste you, feel you, come undone in my hand. Break off the kiss with a Herculean effort. Casey catches your hand beneath his shirt and holds it against his chest. You did not extend your makeout session with Casey. Sorry, not today. Also because of you two. You have no idea how much I want that, but not here. He rests his forehead against yours, trying to slow his breathing. His hand twitches with effort of keeping still on your body. Give me one good reason. Half the team is within shouting distance. I hate when you're right. He releases your hand and you slide it from underneath his shirt to rest it on his cheek. But the kiss, Casey, that was real, and that's worth savoring. I may not be able to kiss you anytime I want. That doesn't mean I don't want to. Can you understand that? Casey lets out a long breath, but he nods. I'll take you any way you want me, Ava. I was thinking, the Winter Festival kicks off tomorrow night. There are other reporters who are covering that, but it would be a good look for you. Going for work wasn't what I had in mind. The Winter Festival is where all the new items go official. The Paps always look for players with their dates. Casey hasn't brought a date in years. You should totally come. He's suggesting something, Kells. I want to, Casey, but if anyone sees the two of us dating, there will be hell to pay. We can't be together, not publicly. He shrugs, but his eyes burn with intensity that warms you all the way down to your toes. Then don't call it a date. I'll be there at 7. We can bring our own mistletoe. Without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description. Plenty of things to check out there, and some ways to support. With that being said, let me know in the comment section below what you think of this video, of you think in general. Or, hey, just let me know how your day is. Otherwise, thanks again for watching. Catch you all later. Peace out.